Howdy y'all, it's your boy Q, and today we're going to be talking about HM2s, clean blend, and how you can recreate that using multiple channels in an amplifier. Let's get to it.
If you made it this far, welcome to the Q Show. Gonna learn a thing, it's probably in the title.
If you can name that song and are not an acquaintance of mine, I will give you $5. Alright, here we go. First things first, a little explanation. We've got here a Randall, it's basically two RG100s, the preamps running in parallel, which is important for this demonstration. We got them all right here. You'll see that this is going to be the drive channel. I've got the sustain and boost and bright swap knobs pushed in, which basically saturate it more. Then down here we have all that omitted. All the knobs are at noon, no reverb, no chorus. And we've got our HM-2 clone right here. Very cool, much buzzsaw, big fan. They're on Sweetwater if you're stateside for $19 shipped, which I think is borderline unethical to everyone trying to compete, but I'm glad to get my cheap pedal. All right, here we go. So what are we doing here? When you are chasing that buzzsaw tone, I've come to understand there's a big demand for clean blend. And the reason why is because it lets you keep the beefiness of the sound, but also get a little extra buzzsaw in the tone as well if you do it correctly. So this is one way to go about it. So check it out. We've got our clean channel here. That's as clean as it's getting. Sorry, it doesn't really take away from the point of the example. Let's try it with the HM-2. You get a little bit of that buzzsaw tone. It's pretty thick, and yeah, it does the thing. But let's check it out if we do it with an amp that's a little bit more driven. So I'll play it before I turn it on. Much more saturated, obviously. Now when you add in that HM-2, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You get way more of that buzzsaw tone. But you do lose some of the low end. So if your interest is trying to sound as massive as possible, this becomes even more of a problem with detuned instruments. So you kind of want to try and solve that. You want to get your fizziness, but you also want that heft as well. So let's see if we can have our cake and eat it too. I'm going to bring the clean channel back and turn on the pedal, and you'll see me blend in the distorted channel and watch what happens to our tone. So to me, that's the best of both worlds. You get like your buzzsaw tone, you also get your heft. Super cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. When people are talking about adding a clean blend in an HM-2, this is what they mean. So if you had a beefy pedal before the HM-2, a beefier sounding distortion rather, you could run that into the HM-2 and keep your chunk, but also supercharge the HM-2 as well. And when you do this, you get exactly what we demonstrated here. A parallel signal. One has extra buzzsaw in it, and one's a little chunkier. Granted, I'm not technically clean blending the pedal here. The effect, as you can hear, does translate to the example. So I just kind of wanted to show you what was going on there. I feel like for some guitarists, HM2s, or sometimes like one of your first boutique distortion pedals, is your introduction to the concept of clean blending. You're like, what is this? Why would I do that? So I wanted to create a video that kind of a quick and dirty example of why that's cool and how you can use it to your best ability. I did notice that the current Word is Boss will not be implementing this in their new release of the HM-2. I'm for it. I feel like it's a cool effect, but it's not very intuitive. And to me, the whole point of Boss pedals is that you can just kind of look at them and know exactly what they do in an instant. And if they kind of fall short of that, the pedals tend to get removed from their line. So I totally get it. It makes sense, and you can just get a pedal that splits it in half anyway. And there we have it. what'd you think? I hope this was helpful to anyone trying to explore the concept of clean blend and maybe get the biggest sound possible out of their favorite HM-2 clone. When I first got this pedal, I thought it sounded terrible. I had to look up examples of how to get that sound because the pedal by itself doesn't necessarily create it. You gotta pair it with the right amplifier and kind of make this, kind of get the recipe together. So hopefully this can kind of give you a shortcut to that sound. Basically it's medium to medium high humbucker, pedal, amp with some grit going, and you're on your way to Chainsaw Town. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Q, and this was The Q Show.